Hello and welcome, this is Melskunner, and we're back with some more Unity of Command. And we are into turn 3, and we have 9 turns to do this objective. Not sure how well I'm doing so far. I feel like I've been going a little too slow perhaps, but we'll see if we can make up for that. There's not a whole lot in front of us here, so we should be able to make good ground. I think we go ahead and just airstrike this guy, because he's the one standing in our way right now of getting the city, so he's the one that's the most relevant to me. Our odds are not great, but you know what? Go for it anyway. And we actually got some good odds there, so we got some suppression. Alright, need to get pushing here. We can do 3 casualties and have a 70% chance of retreating him. I think is pretty darn good, so we'll take it. Alternatively, you can do 2. Yeah, I want the high chance of getting him to go away. Ideally, I'd want to overrun him, though, because I need my panzers to do other things this turn. I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get in this town regardless, so I think the infantry may be the better call. I'm just, if I do not retreat the guy, it would be extremely bad for me. How about we start with somebody else? Like one of these security guys. No, I don't think they're going to be able to get where I need them to. Matter of fact, I don't think anybody's going to get much of anywhere where I need them to, because I think crossing the river here would just end my turn. So let's go ahead and hit this guy and kill him. You take a little bit of a casualty. Now the bridge is crossable. Trying to see who can do what with the movement. Looks like this guy's going to be the only one that can do what I really want him to. So it's going to be the follow-up move here. We'll murder this guy to get him out of the way. So. What does the train look like there? We should be able to move like that now. Do I have an engineer sitting around here? I do, right here. Let's have them come up, because they're going to have the best way of dealing with entrenchment. In that vein, I think we actually move the tank somewhere else. So I'm going to move it here. Would stop me in my tracks, but that's fine. Then we move up with this guy. But I'll move here. And wow. Go ahead, crummy chances there. Alright, well that's alright. We can try and finish this with somebody else. One of the mini guys that are sitting over here. Looks like one of these two are gonna have to be it. So let's have you do it because you're not as experienced. Boom, you should be dead. Or not, but that's okay. Now we should be able to move in with a follow-up. Or not. We don't have to follow up with that guy in particular. This guy's still in my way, though. That's the thing. Okay. Well, this guy still has not gone. Let's have our tank go now. So we have a 45% chance of overrunning here. Pretty high. So let's do it. We didn't get the overrun, unfortunately, but it still worked out. That unit's dead, dead, dead. Because of terrain, I'm not able to move that far forward. Alright, I'm gonna have this guy from afar come in. Capture the objective. Kill that guy. Oh, we took casualties in that. Crap. It is what it is. We'll have this fairly veteran fellow come in and do some damage to this guy in front of us. Retreat. Another guy. It's not going to be able to move that far forward. This guy's motorized, though, so he should be able to finish the job. Boom. Dead. And we have one more movement point if we want to use it. I'm going to use it to go this way. Spread out a little bit. Use my extra point to move there. Probably should have used a put a more veteran unit up that far, but that's okay. Start moving down. This guy here. And we'll try and help out down here. Once we get these guys down that way, we should be able to make some good headway. So move as far as we can. Oh, capturing good. All right, I'm going to worry about this a little bit later. I think we should focus on killing the bad guys. In this regard, I think going after the enemy tanks is pretty important. I do have anti-tank here. So let us... First, we want to use our tank. So let's use this guy, push him up as far as we can. We'll take out this tank in our way. Boom. Wow, that was amazing. Fortunately, that was all the movement points I had, so the overrun is just going to get us more distance. I may be able to finish this guy off and then use the extra action to get in and capture the town. So this is going to be a really fast objective for us if we're able to pull it off. I unfortunately cannot follow it up with my infantry, and we do have a lot of armor and other things here to counterattack us, so this may be a folly of a move. Let's focus on what's not possibly going to get units absolutely annihilated. So in this case, I'm just looking for units that can just barely get anywhere. In this case, this guy, he's going to be one of the ones that can just barely get to there. And we're going to attack here, where we'll do some pretty big casualties, get the guy to retreat. Okay. Fortunately, because this guy's zone of control, I really can't push too far. But ideally, what I want to do is I want to push up so I can get this guy into this engagement and hit that armor hard. So let's go ahead and do some casualties there. Did manage to get him to retreat, and fortunately for us, he retreated in a direction where we get to spank him. So I will do so. Matter of fact, now this guy's security, so he might not be able to do that much in the way of casualties. But this unit is weakened, so it's possible we'll be able to get some good results. Alternatively, I have this guy move up and we do some damage here. And then we put the security in the town to just hold on to it. We don't want to take casualties in that kind of scenario. Back off here. Put the security in the town. But you need to have somebody sit on that. Although I could have sent this guy to do that. So that was kind of a bummer. Well, this guy doesn't have a zone of control. Or we could move down and murder him like that. be looking at as far as weather, as there's ominous thunder in the background in real life. Yeah, I think we go with this move. We murder this guy. There we go. Right. Got 2-1. Or I'm sorry, 2-0 here. Fortunately, it didn't retreat, but that's okay. I don't want to put my guy on the front line, though. And the reason I don't want to do that is because I don't want to block other guys that can attack. I think we move the guy with the anti-tank of capability in now. 0-1. Okay. Well, I'm going to go with this guy. Do some damage to him, maybe weaken him. We may ignore him to a certain extent. We'll have to see. But anything that we can do to weaken him, I think is a good idea. The last move I really have over here, I can move here, try and do follow-up damage, but we know that would do a lot of damage to me, so maybe not the wisest move. I think a good move would be to move the armor here, because I don't have another target. Move it here, attack across the river. It'll do maybe some casualties to me. No, it's going to be fine. Then we just continue to move. Now we can do a little bit harder as far as casualties go here. So, surprised that guy hasn't retreated yet. But get an overrun there. We'll be able to follow up on. Guy's not retreating. Fine with me. I don't really mind. Move up here. Try and finish. All he has left is a single suppressed unit. If I'm going to kill a suppressed unit, I'd rather kill the tank. Got an overrun, so we can kill the other guy now. Perfect. So we had totally annihilated the units that were here. Which is making this look a lot better now. Especially in the north. We're doing quite well. So, see what we can do. I honestly think the best move for me is to move here and attack this guy. And just do what damage I can. The possibility is there that they'll be able to counterattack me, but they have pretty weak units. And I'm not too scared of it. I don't see any specialist anti-tank units or anything, so... And we just breached him, so he just lost entrenchment. We might as well use our extra activation here. Get up there. Assist. Here. Can't quite get where I want to be. We can get pretty darn close. Okay. So the north is looking fantastic. We do have some units up here to follow up as well. So at this point, it's just following up. What we have to look forward to, so... Yeah, the south there is pretty much done. So let's start getting these guys moving. But whether I use that or not, that's as far as we're going. Well, security doesn't matter so much as normal infantry does. So let's get those guys in first. That. Some movement here. Well, I can move up a little bit, help out. So I'll move to there. Here. There. Okay. There. Get our Slovakian infantry in here, even though they're absolutely terrible. They'll be okay for holding locations for us, though, in my mind. I'll just put this guy here because this is as far as we're going to get up. So I'll start moving this guy kind of in that idea. He's going to hold this town for me. And go up here. Okay. Well, I think that's all our moves for this turn. But I think we're doing quite well here. We managed to push really hard up here. We've more or less annihilated the guys in the middle. Just a matter of getting progress happening in the south, which I've been a little slow with. But I think we can pull it off. Let's end the turn, as I don't think there's anything else to do. As our first pool, we've already done, and I can't afford any of these other things. I don't really feel like I necessarily need to reinforce anybody, considering how expensive it is on prestige. I'm going to hold off on that. They're concentrating a lot down here. Breaking all their entrenchment, which is fine with me. And encirclement. I thought that was a possibility of me moving up like that. But we will be out of supply, unfortunately, at the beginning of our next turn. We'll be able to get back in it fairly easily, because this guy's going to die really, really, really badly. Okay, now they're kind of pulling away. Reinforcing. So if I'm understanding things correctly, we see the exclamation point here. That means out of supply for a turn, because the out of supply is checked at the beginning of the turn. I was cut off, which I thought was a possibility moving up as far as we did. And I wasn't able to put... Honestly, if I put a unit here, this unit here, which I could have done, we would have stopped that. But it is what it is. And again, the thunder rolls in here. I don't know if you guys are hearing that or not, but it's a pretty big thunderstorm right now in real life. Okay. Well, let's start up north, because we want to kill this guy as quickly as we can. So, let's... Now, I think we still do pretty good damage here, despite being cut off. Fortunately, this cavalry unit is not going to take much damage from me. In this case, I think we go ahead. We push up with the tank. We do a bunch of casualties here. We overrun the guy. Fortunately, I expended all my movement points again. Have a high overrun chance here. Fortunately, we only destroyed. We did not overrun. But now we don't have to worry so much about supply. That was a loud one. Not quite able to capture, but here we should be able to. Boom. Okay. How are we doing on our objectives? We have to get this one by turn 4 if we don't want to have any prestige penalties. This guy's out of supply. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit this guy anyway, despite the odds not being great. We get we've unfortunately done casualties to ourselves. Have the engineers do their thing. Boom, there we go. Now he's retreated across the river. Fish him. I'm gonna go ahead and follow up. What we can do. Now, obviously, I needed to defend this town. I don't want it to be captured. You are just going up this way. So the suppression came back here, so we're good to go. I'm not going to go ahead and try and attack these guys. Although we could push out of the river and hit this guy. Probably do good damage, but I still only have one attack, and he still has decent stuff. He's out of supply for 2. All right. Here is just mostly moving. We do have a tank in front of us that we're going to be shortly killing. See if we can get some support down here. Help murder these guys. Can't quite get as far as I need to, except for this guy. That's the only guy that... Oh, no, he's not the only one that can get... Oh. There. Boom. Got away with that. Looks like this guy's the only one that can make it. Boom. We did take a casualty there, but the guy is now weakened and retreated. It would take massive casualties if I attacked him, though. So I'm not going to do that. We'll just take the entrenchment. Or... we can get to this river crossing and maybe beat up this guy a little bit. Help our other guys out, although I don't know what kind of damage we're going to do. One-on-one, that's not bad. I'll take it. We're not going to get anywhere else without using extra movement. So for now, let's start focusing on other places we can actually break through, as breaking through is kind of the name of the game. Okay. We only have 3 more objectives, and this one's not very strongly held, so I have a good feeling that we'll be able to get by these guys. Let's see if we can take out some of these units without really needing to use my tanks too much. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of just cut this guy off and ignore him, and we're going to hit the tank here, kill him. Now this guy and the 2 tanks can now move in and kill these tanks and possibly take the objective. They will get stopped once they hit the zone of control, which is the main problem that we have. Alright, who do we want to hit here? I think we hit this guy. Got a fairly good chance of retreating him. And he did retreat in a weird way for us, but that's okay. I'm going to use somebody that can just minimally get there. Looks like this guy is our guy. We'll hit him again. Or we'll hit this guy instead. Alright, well, we might have just flogged our way a little bit here. But I'm going to do my best to get through this without clogging it too badly. I guess this guy is going to be the only one that can get in here. So we're now going to hit this guy. Didn't retreat. Alright, that's unfortunate. So we're getting really clogged in here because we're not getting the rolls that we need. We should still be able to attack these tanks. I'm just trying to take care of the other things that are in my way at the moment. So again, I want to take somebody that just barely gets to the location I'm looking for. Looks like it's going to be this guy here. Boom. There we go. So I was looking for that. And what I want is somebody who just minimally gets to this space. Looks like it's going to be this guy. We're going to murder this guy. Now we should be able to move through a little bit better, although it is kind of clogged in nonetheless. Alright, but we need to get that stuff out of my way. So let's see what we can do with the tanks. Now I do want to move in a way that they're not going to get overrun. So I have to keep that, well, not overrun, but, you know, cut off. So this is as far as I can get. This guy. Back off. Maybe I should have done the airstrike before I did that, but that's alright. If we're going to use the airstrike, I think we use it now. So, strike. Okay, 2 suppression. That's going to make it very likely we'll destroy these guys. And he has no zone of control, so if we move here, the likelihood we'll be able to move into the town. And we have a very high overrun chance. We didn't, unfortunately, get it, but we still get to take the objective. Oh, wait. That's the objective. Whoopsies. Well, I'm still going to take it. I misread where that objective was, but I still had a guy nearby. Whoa, I got lucky there. Okay, so... I think we have done what I can do in this part of things. Because I can't move up far enough to do much else, so I guess it's just going to be movement at this point. So I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time, which is to move up so far that they could cut me off. I have to keep in mind that tanks can move fairly far, so the likelihood they'll be able to do that, it's there. Okay, so... I'm just shy of being able to get in there and attack this guy. Well, we'll get in there nonetheless by using our extra movement. I do want one of these security guys, or possibly the Romanian troops holding on to this. I'll use the Romanian troops though. They're kind of not great. Move you down. A little bit more bodies in that area. Granted, you're not a very full strength unit. That may have been a mistake. Guess I'll go here, although I don't know if this is necessarily a great spot to be. Fortunately, I don't have enough action points to go there, but that's okay, that guy does. Okay. Move up as far as we can to help out our tanks so they don't get cut off from supply. The more rail lines we control, better. Where can you move? You can't move in the forest. Well, I can still move you here. Does help us. You can go there. You can go. A couple different. I want somebody here. You can go there. Security guy we want to keep behind, so he sits on that city. So one of the things the Russians can do is they can use partisans to attack you from the rear, so we obviously don't want them to be that. I don't think they can take towns, but they may be able to, you know, harass us in other ways. And it hasn't moved yet. I think I'm gonna move over this way, because... Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Unfortunately, my armor here has taken enough casualties that it's kind of weakened, but... I think we're doing pretty well. It's just gonna be this and this as our main areas that we're gonna have to attack in, and I think we're doing well enough that I'm gonna be able to do that. Now, whether or not I'm gonna get my more decisive victory, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and end the turn, as I don't believe I have anything else, unless I want to build a bridge somewhere. Where are the bridges, and where would we want to build one? Now, the points where you can build bridges, I believe, are set. That'd be one of these locations, and I don't think we actually control bridge crossing, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, so the orange circles is where we could build, I'm sorry, where we could destroy an existing bridge, and the blue ones are where we could build a new one. And I don't see anywhere on the map that doesn't already have a bridge that I feel like we'd really want one. At the moment, anyway. Like, maybe over here. But that's just really giving my enemy an avenue to have bridges. So, I just haven't felt the need, and I don't feel like destroying bridges because that just slows me down. So, let's go ahead and end the turn. Unless we have something in the force pool. No. Okay, end turn. Now, them moving up like this is actually going to give me the opportunity to just destroy them. That's actually a good thing for me. Because it makes this objective easier to capture. Okay. Let's continue. So I'm going to go ahead and just murder this guy here. Let's just take a look at the river. Okay, so we're not going to get having to cross a river here. Okay, killed and overrun. I'm not going to move in and destroyed and overrun. We're going to have a good movement there. This is what I was talking about. Them moving up was actually a bad decision on their part. I'm going to get aggressive here. Destroy and overrun. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit the infantry here. We didn't knock them back, but now we can follow up there and destroy them. You move in. You're a little bit more veteran unit. You also have engineers. I don't know if that would really help that much against armor, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, we managed to overrun him, so we get another attack on him. Boom. And dead. Let's go ahead and move up. With the 2 units that were already attacking. We broke through them really fast. I haven't even used my airstrike yet. You know, this stuff here really doesn't matter too much. I'm mostly just doing it because we have enough infantry to route this way. So, wait, let's use somebody and just minimally get there, because I like to do that. Take 1 casualty, but now he's weak enough that we can walk past him like he's not there, so let's get in over here. Boom. 3. Here. Hit him again. Freedom, unfortunately. I think it would be alright. Move the armor up here. Finish him off. Because we can take this infantry and put it there. And in this case, just fine for murdering that guy. Hey, you finally did something! We wiped those guys out. So now it's a matter of getting through to this location. So these guys I'm mostly just going to attack with the idea of wiping them out. So where's our anti-tank stuff? Here. Fortunately, I don't think it can get where we need it. So where you are. None of you guys are going to be able to help me too. I guess we'll start with this guy, because he can just say that. I guess this is gonna be the guy that minimally gets where we want him to. Boom. No retreat, but we can now bypass him because he has no... he's weakened. So, boom, dead. Okay, we'll have him move up next. Boom. Treated. Okay. Again, I'm looking for guys that just, you know, they move as far as they can, and they just have the opportunity to kill the unit while they're at it. Boom. Dead. Okay. Tank. We are going to get stopped here, but this should be a dead tank. Boom, dead. You can use your extra movement. Oh. Didn't I overrun? Oh, alright. I guess I can't use that overrun there. You are now going to follow up with tank. Hopefully not get overrun or cut off. They could still maybe get in here, but I don't think they're going to have enough movement to break this line, so... And I'm going to try and make the line a little bit more solid here well as we move. Although, maybe I shouldn't have moved that unit where I did, because now we have all these follow-up units that are not necessarily in great spots. You're a security dude. I do have to hold on to this town, so we'll get our security guys kind of going over that way. I also need to hold on to that town, so I'll get a security guy going that way. Now I'll hold on to it with normal infantry. This is just going to be more or less fast moving at this point, because the enemy has been very much routed. I'm going to go ahead and just use the river crossing here. That gives you an idea of how the river crossing works. We used all of our movement to just cross that one space. We are probably going to want to come back with some of our units to go back down this way so that we can start working that out. Speaking of which, I think now is the time to start thinking about crossing this river. I don't think the Romanian infantry is really going to help me too much in this vein, but they can at the very least push the supply lines where we need them to go. And with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and just use this cavalry unit to capture that. Put this guy kind of on this town just to hold on to it. Alright, I could start crossing the river with this infantry down here, just to put pressure on these guys, but again, I have the feeling that this guy will get murdered really badly if I push too hard. So, it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so some of these units... Because I have a little bit of support here, I haven't even moved anybody over here yet. For now, these guys are going to be, like, sitting there. They're pretty beat up. Okay, we got the front moving here. All right. I'm going to keep you there. I'll just this. I'm not going to move all the way up. You know, I don't think they'd be able to cut me off if I did that. You know what? I'm going to move to here. We leave them maybe a way to cut me off, but they'd get stopped here, so they can't really do that. So we should be fine. We get to push them up a little bit more. And supply should be just fine, because we're keeping hold of the rail lines, although I didn't really capture the rail line here. That may have been a little bit of an oversight, but we're not that far away from the rail line, so we're keeping that supply up. And we'll just continue to be able to progress that supply as we go. So we should be fine. And I think this is a good point to go ahead and end the turn. But before we do that, I never even used my airstrikes. So where do we want to use them? Well, I think their tank units are probably going to be the biggest threats to us. But we could just go after some units that are a little bit more full strength, like somebody like this, who's already a little suppressed, as is. So we just take out one of that reinforcement that they did. All right, let's go ahead and end the turn, see what the enemy's going to do. Now, if they move up, I don't think I got the decisive victory. But yeah, if they move their units up too much, try and stop me, they're just going to get their units murdered more. I'm perfectly fine with that. They would have slowed me down more by just bodying up on the cities like this. Okay, well, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.